Welcome to the Optional Boss Podcast. This is episode 66. Yes, technically, sorry, it should have been 67, but we might have missed an episode. Life has been busy and hectic, but now that we are getting into the winter time, our timetables have been starting to clear up slowly. With that said, 66, we were talking about showcases. It's going to be an admittedly shorter episode than normal, but it's still going to be longer than a direct usually is. Tyler, what's going on?
Well, I mean, anyone who's been listening to us for a good while knows we usually have a bit of an autumn hiatus, at least early autumn, and this is no exception. Yeah, we just, sometimes don't. I'm swell. It's...
You know what? It actually kind of came at a good time. Not that it was planned or anything, but like I've been pretty sick with my voice. Like I'm still coughing and stuff, so doing an episode then would have just been killer.
Well, not the reason, but the benefit. That is for certain.
Yes,
now, that said, I guess, we're quite known for our lengthy preambles, and I don't think today is going to be any different, because we got a little bit of catch-up to do. Like, it's been a day or two.
Yeah, but, is there really going to be much of a catch-up, though?
I mean, you know what? I have played some things since we last spoke. I don't remember what I was playing last, but I don't think I had started playing Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth yet.
No.
So I did start that, and I will say, this is one of those rare cases where, like, I purchased a Switch game, played it for a bit, didn't really like it, and took it back. Like 3 games, maybe, that I've done that with. But,
Skyrim.
Skyrim's one of them. I have no regrets about that one. But I ended up getting it back again because, like, I fucking love Digimon. Like, it's so cool. And had that on my shelf for God knows how long, so I figured I'll give it a go. And you know what? For being the, quote, Pokemon knockoff, like, this is a pretty cool Digimon game, I gotta say.
You know what? I always liked Digimon. I didn't really ever compare them growing up. I always count them as definitely separate entities, although, like, by today's standard, you could definitely see where the similarities are. But, like, I liked them both. I collected both cards back as a kid, and I don't know, just knockoff doesn't seem quite right.
Oh, don't even get me started on the cards. The Digimon cards are a problem. But, I played a couple of the Digimon games, and they're all vastly different. Like, they've never been quite like Pokemon, where they fit that same niche. Like, some are dungeon crawl, or some are more like, Tamagotchis. They've got a racing game. So they're kind of all over the board, but this is a much more like, just standard turn-based RPG, monster collecting affair. And it does a couple things that are pretty cool. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but what I like about it is instead of catching them, or let's say in Shin Megami Tensei, you talk to them, in this one, every random encounter, you gain something from it because you collect a little bit of data on each of the ones you run into. So you don't have to catch them, you just have to see them enough, and then it's like, make it now. And, as tedious as random battles can get, if you're always getting some kind of benefit to it, it makes it a little bit more digestible.
For sure.
Yeah. Now, I didn't play that for very long, mind you, and I'll get to why, but I'm glad I tried it out a little bit, because there's a demo for, Digimon Time Stranger or something that's coming out, like, on all modern consoles, and I tried out the demo. It's fucking cool. I'll start with that. But it's very much...
And the fact that it has a demo, I mean, that's pretty good.
It is. But it's very much just the same take on the game that I was just playing, just more modernized and expanded upon. So that was a nice coincidence. It kind of prepared me for this new one, and now I'm kind of psyched.
Nice.
But then I bought Silksong. Because that's a thing now. I don't know if it wasn't when we last recorded, but it is now.
No, it wouldn't have been, because it... So, behind the scenes sneak peek, it's September 28th right now. And it came out on the 4th, and we missed last episode. So our last episode would have been released September 1st.
What a time, my goodness. It is the sequel to Hollow Knight. That is really, I don't want to talk about it much here. It's new, it's spoilery, all that stuff, but boy, it's a good game.
Yes, it's a lot of game, and I know. So me and Tyler were talking off the air beforehand. Got a lot of the spoilery stuff out. I know I'm a little bit further than Tyler is right now. I am anxious for you to start getting to the other areas, but also at the same time, I don't want you to rush it either.
I'm getting there.
It's so I'm in Act 3, and just everything is just wow. That's all I really want to say. It's just wow. It's great.
Now, for those who are at least aware of Hollow Knight and Silksong, and obviously the big concern, and I'm not expecting a definitive answer, but what are your thoughts between the two? Like, is this better, or was it not worth the hype? Like, what the people want to know?
So you already know my opinions, and you've kind of said this, and I 100% agree. Off the air, Silksong is the better game. Hollow Knight is more cozy, and it's weird to put it in that sense. Hollow Knight is very much more closed off and claustrophobic, where Silksong is very open
And
in its
agoraphobic.
design. Yes.
Yes.
So the combat is a lot more fluid, a lot more engaging in Silksong. You have a lot more options than you ever did before. Because I mean, charms were a thing in Hollow Knight to a degree. It's just changes a few things that kind of they help back you up. Whereas Silksong is tools and crests, and that could definitely change your entire play style.
Oh, the fact that
So
you can just
there's
get
lots of
whole new
choices.
move sets in this one, like
Mm-hmm.
it's wild. It's like it's greatly expanded upon, but that's the problem.
So I will say this: I do have one big gripe with Silksong, and that is its gauntlets. It has a good amount of rooms that just lock you in, and Blasphemous 2 did this too, and I didn't like it with Blasphemous 2, where they lock you into a room and you just gotta fight wave after wave, and then you can continue on.
I mean, it helps that the combat's better, but it is a little excessive with those
It's
enemy onslaughts. Yeah, especially too when they like
it's
proceed a boss fight, and it's just like, man, I would love to fight this boss, but if I gotta get through this like 4 minutes of these little guys first.
so without saying where, the area I just did, it was a gauntlet fight, and then a couple tiny enemies that don't like attack you. It's like a jellyfish or something you can hit. Then you go up, and then it's another gauntlet fight. Same thing, couple enemies that won't attack you. They'll hurt you if you run into them. So you can get some of your silk back, heal up if you need to, and then another gauntlet fight. I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
And then and if you die during any of these gauntlet fights, any of these 3 gauntlet fights, you gotta start from the first one again. And then there's a missable shortcut that if you don't hit, you have to do everything from the beginning. And then another gauntlet fight. And we're talking like a room apart.
Oof.
And then straight from that gauntlet fight is a boss fight.
That is a little excessive. I mean, you know
And I'm
what?
just like,
If
oh,
you
okay.
love the combat, then it's a great time. But even still, like I like these games for the exploration and
Yes.
the like very crafty traversal. Feeling good doing a double jump bounce off of something and like achieving platforming that it feels like you're not supposed to. Like that's satisfying.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah,
No, the
it's
gauntlet
a
fights are
lot.
my only qualm.
It's
Um,
It's tricky. My issue is its length, and I'm not saying that negatively. Like this is quality game every minute that I've played. My issue
yes.
is I'm not gonna want to touch it again for a while.
No, it's just like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah,
Amazing game. Don't want to touch it for a while.
yeah, and
Um,
that's the unfortunate thing because there's a lot of cool. My backlog. Oh my god, it's ever growing. Like what did I? There's Ninja Gaiden Raidbound. Like super stoked for that. Haven't been able to boot that up.
it's the
Got
Game
that.
Kitchen. It's the Blasphemous guys. I mean, I can't wait to get to that, but
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
going to.
and then we've got, I got that new Shinobi game recently.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
there's a couple other things that I'm currently neglecting. Ender Magnolia, I think, should be here any day. All
Yep.
things I'm very much looking forward to. I almost, I'm fighting myself really hard, but I almost had something that made me put down Silksong, which is so fucked up. And I watched a little bit of someone playing Hades 2.
Oh.
Oh, fuck. It looks really good.
It
And like
does.
and so I have it pre-ordered for Switch. It'll be, as far as I'm aware, my first Switch 2 game physically, but it won't be because it's like a Switch 2 edition. I don't know. There's a whole weird thing with the physical for that game. But that's in November, and it's not November yet. But I bought Silksong
So
digitally.
I think the biggest thing with that is like Silksong digitally. Yes, we both got digitally because there's no physical edition at the moment.
Yeah.
We don't know when there's going to be a physical version of it.
Oh
Where
God, no.
Hades 2 we do.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like. It's soon. It's soon. You don't have to. You also have all these other
No.
things. Hades will completely take over you. It's like, but I wanted to.
Yes.
Oh God.
So.
And that's wild that like Silksong and Hades 2 out in the same month. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's fucking.
Two of my like hyped.
That's stupid.
Well, because Hollow Knight and Hades are in like my top 5 of my like several Switch games that I like, just top tier, and both its sequels coming out at the same time. That's dangerous. That's dangerous for the time I don't have.
And let's also face it. Just imagine all these like indie devs that are like, "Oh, Silksong's coming," because it had like 2 weeks notice.
Yep.
That Silksong was coming. So they're all like, okay, we're going to delay our game because there's no way that we're getting noticed with Silksong around the corner. So then they delay it by like 2 weeks. And then Supergiant Games just comes and be like, hey, here's Hades 2.
Yeah, it's
like,
ready now,
shit.
guys. We'll give you time to play Silksong, but when you're done, here it is. So
Two of the most anticipated indie games.
Yeah.
At the same month.
Yeah, it is absolutely
wild.
bonkers. And like I'm gonna wait, I think. But I'm just saying, like
it's been a really good year for games.
It has been a really good year for games. I think we're gonna have
like
a fine recap this year.
I haven't played it, but Claire Obscure has been making groundbreaking news. Like I kind of want to try it. It doesn't seem like my kind of game, but I want to try it.
You know, it's I shit on it a bunch, but Monster Hunter Wilds is still a pretty big deal to come out this year, right?
Yeah, to a degree. Like, it doesn't have the greatest reviews.
Is that new
Capcom's
RE game
still going
coming out this year? Or is that
new
early
which?
Next year? Resi 9.
Oh, that's next year.
That is next year. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was next year
February,
on Switch or in total. So
no,
but Liza P DLC came out.
Liza P DLC, yeah. No, it's like Donkey Kong Bonanza.
No, the Switch 2.
The Switch 2 in general, but
the whole thing.
It's hard to get excited about the Switch 2 just because they have not been doing good on the physical fronts, and that comes down to kind of both parties, mostly third parties, but also Nintendo for not having like various size cartridges from the get-go.
So I am of the camp that it doesn't feel like there's much for Switch 2, and this is how I felt with the Switch as well. And I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of like, you know, the PS4 fatigue that like PS5 owners are having, where all of their games are also for both. I'm sure that's going to be the case with Switch and Switch 2 for a good while, except for the shit that they like want to sell on Switch 2 for you, right? Now, the reason why I'm not too down about that is because the Switch 2 makes my Switch games better, and that is worth every penny of this fucking console.
Yes, I will double down on that.
I was actually thinking to myself the other day, like I was just going to kind of boot it up and check it out, which I should probably wait because I might actually just play the whole thing. But I wanted to boot up Trials of Mana on the Switch 2 and see how that runs now. And the fact that I can do that is fucking cool.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah. My only complaint about it is the game keycards. As a physical collector, I refuse to use them as much as possible.
No, if I'll go digital before that, it's not good.
Yeah.
So
it's
but we've kicked that horse a good couple times, and I'm sure we'll kick it more.
Oh, absolutely. I will always criticize Nintendo for doing or opening the floodgates to an anti-consumer physical media.
Speaking of criticizing Nintendo, should we get at her?
Yes. We'll be right back after this. So, gaming presentation shows. It's something that I know myself, Tyler, and some friends of ours have always just. It's not like you gather around the TV or anything, but you gather around your phone and kind of watch them and check it out and try not to spoil them.
This shit
Tyler, I
is
know
my Super Bowl.
I have hinted at a few things because I usually get to them before you, but then there's other times it's like, oh yeah, I know that. It's like,
There,
what?
see that's the problem about being like a really big fan of things is a lot of my friends know I love these things, and then I find out I got a mana game spoiled for me. Um,
Yes.
thanks. I would have loved to have discovered Visions of Mana myself, but that's okay because it was still all right. Um, now I love gaming showcases and presentations, and so namely this topic kind of came up because we recently had what was expected to be a very big direct, as it was like the premier Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2. Like this is the first big presentation since like people have had time to get the console in their hands.
Yes.
And there was some cool shit, but there was also, well, at least in my mind, some pretty controversial things from that direct, and some good laughs. I got some good laughs.
There wasn't enough farming sims.
There wasn't enough farming sims.
And that's clearly a joke for someone who hasn't actually seen the one direct that everyone is anticipating, and like rumors were flying about what's going to be in it and when it's going to be, and everyone's anticipating this new direct. And then it comes out, and like 90% of it was farming sims,
oh
like
yeah,
Stardew Valley knockoffs.
Do you remember when they made an announcement previously to a direct that a new Way Forward game was going to be coming out or on the direct, and everyone got super stoked, and then it was like a licensed like Bakugan game or something like that, and it looked absolutely terrible.
I do not. No.
Oh, that was a bad time. That was a real bad time. I guess I should elaborate. Way Forward is like they do like Shantae and stuff like that.
Yes, they also did the most recent Advance Wars remake.
Yep.
One
They're
and
like
two.
they're one of those like second party developers, I guess you'd say. It's like, they have an indie side of it, but they do a bunch of licensed stuff to like fund their indie side of it. They've been around forever. What?
Yeah,
I digress.
it's a weird little company.
So in this most recent direct, firstly, I want to say, the most hilarious shit is I got what I've been asking for years, which is fucking Virtual Boy, which, like, I laughed really hard when they announced that Virtual Boy was coming to Switch 2. It's amazing. Now I can finally play those games. Maybe. Because apparently I have to buy a replica Virtual Boy, which
You can get the cardboard one, which is like $25 US.
What the fuck, Nintendo? Like, giving us the game is one thing. Giving us the Virtual Boy again? Wow. And the hilarious thing is it'll sell. It'll probably sell to me, because I'm stupid sometimes like that.
Yep.
But that's fucking hilarious and cool as shit, because, like, game preservation and accessibility. I'm all for it. But yeah, there wasn't a lot that's like, this is what's selling you on a Switch 2.
No, like for me, so we're talking about the most recent direct, which was September 12th.
Yep.
We got a release date for Metroid Prime 4. And
Okay,
then everyone criticized Samus on a motorcycle.
Wait, criticized? No, that actually kind of like, made me much more interested in Prime 4.
Really?
Oh, God,
I saw a lot of people on, granted, this is X, like the cesspool of negativity.
Yeah.
a lot of people just bashing. This is going to be so bad. And
Oh
it's like,
no. I saw that
I
and I was like, this actually makes the game look so much cooler to me.
I mean,
Um,
if you look at the idea, Retro Studios' original idea for Prime 1, the fact that it was going to be a open world, for
yeah.
one, is still bizarre. And they couldn't do it because hardware capabilities.
Yeah.
And now they have a bit more power. They kind of can do a bit of it. And they tried tinkering with it, like with, I don't think 2, but Prime 3, where you could visit other planets and whatnot.
Well,
That might have been in 2 as well.
I suppose like so is this December or like late November it's coming out because it did finally get a release date and I want to say it was December. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. I mean the Silksong, Prime 4 all in the same quarter. That's kind of nuts.
Hades 2.
Hades 2. Yeah. So suddenly Shadow Drop like Final Fantasy 7-9 remake like
Oh, God.
yeah, but no, it is really cool. The only problem with like, I'm not saying I can't get hyped about Prime 4, but Prime 4 wasn't new, right?
Yeah.
It was like, okay, when is it finally happening? And the big reveal, and I called it. I called it that it was going to be a Fire Emblem game, and then it was a Fire Emblem game. And you know what? Good for Fire Emblem fans. I hope you like it.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like, a lot of these showcases always get like such negative reception. It's like everyone's hoping for that one thing that they want, or everything to be a absolute banger. And you know what? It's never going to be that. But at the same time, you can be happy or excited. Like I don't care about Fire Emblem. I don't care at all. But I could be happy that they are keeping that franchise alive.
Yeah, I hope
There
Fire
clearly
Emblem
is a market
fans,
for it.
I hope they get a good game, and I hope they like it.
And you know what? As much as we bash on like Skyrim and Bethesda in general, I hope that they eventually do get around to doing Elder Scrolls 6. I hope that they continue like doing actual like games that people are enjoying.
Yeah, I hope people like playing games. But to back on that note, you can never make gamers happy. It's impossible. So
it very much is.
People will always be pissed. But no, okay, so that didn't actually piss me off with the Direct. But what did is so Donkey Kong Bonanza, you got it a month ago? I think it was like a September game. No, July. So
July.
It is very recent. Paid DLC out now.
Yes.
Fucking what?
Yep.
And from like I haven't looked too much into it because I'm kind of trying to avoid stuff about Donkey Kong so I can eventually play it. But the reception to this paid DLC, which I think was like $30,
Yeah, it was pricey.
It's okay. I don't know why it wasn't in the game already, but it's okay.
Yeah, and then that's one of the risks of coming out with DLC so soon after a game's release. Like
you want to talk about DLC coming so soon? How about before a game's release? Holy, this Direct had like 4 of those.
Yes, like there's been DLC announced for Pokemon Legends DX or whatever it's called.
I think, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
There's, I think it's like a remake of one of the Dynasty Warriors games or something like that. Like not something I'm into, but then, coming out. Also, when it comes out, pay DLC. Like that.
So, nothing like that kind of surprises me anymore. And I'll tell you why. And granted, this is EA. Back when I used to love the Battlefield games. Battlefield 3, I was doing the open beta for. And underneath, they had like a little ticker, so if I was waiting for friends, I'm just on the main menu. And it's saying all this kind of stuff, expect this. And then in the open beta, on that ticker, they were talking about another new Battlefield game.
That's, ew.
Battlefield 3 wasn't even out, and then I think it was Battlefield 2142, which was like a futuristic. It didn't do well.
Yeah.
But like,
Oof.
That's a whole other game during your open beta of a game that's not out yet.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
No. So I mean, maybe I'm a little desensitized to that. If it's coming from a AAA company, I don't get surprised too often anymore.
Now, something that I don't think we've really discussed about the most recent direct. Oh, okay, hold on. Before I go on about this, Mario, I guess it is his 40th anniversary coming up, so they did talk about that for a good while.
So, new movie. That's exciting.
That's cool. I liked it, and we knew a new movie was coming, and it's the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Neat.
I mean, the Mario movie, it's no masterpiece or anything, but it was definitely serviceable. It did what it needed to do, and it did it fairly good.
Yeah, like my takeaway from it, like, it was entertaining. It's not like a when am I gonna watch it again kind of movie, but I can verify it. Like, I've said this before. If I was like between the ages of like 8 and 12, like, put that shit on every day.
Oh, absolutely.
Incredible. But yeah, new movie, Mario Galaxy. That's kind of neat. And then also another hilariously shafty kind of game announcement.
I know what this is.
Oh, okay. So this would be so cool if it wasn't so bad. So Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are being re-released for just standard Nintendo Switch. To commemorate the release of the movie, which is cool, But, Mario 3D All-Stars just sitting over there without Mario Galaxy 2. And
everyone asking why Galaxy 2 wasn't on it.
And so it's like, we have Galaxy 1, and it's like, well, buy it again if you want to. I mean, you can get them separate digitally, but...
Yes, but if you're looking for physical like we do, then haha.
Do it again. And it's expensive. It's like $100.
Yep.
So that was...
No, it's asinine.
That was a little shady. And I mean, you know what? Maybe it's just me. Like, I think you said you might look into getting it, but one Galaxy's enough for me. I got 3D All-Stars. I'm fine.
No, I don't know if I'm going to get it. I didn't even play the first Galaxy.
Yeah.
Just because, like, their half-assed Wiimote control with the gyroscope on the Pro controller, it's I don't care.
Yeah. I will say... another one that, like, I don't think I'm going to get, but I can admire from afar. That new Yoshi game looks really cool.
See, I completely forget it.
Yeah? It's like...
Yeah.
The whole, like, storybook aesthetic. It really looked like, it was really hearkening to, like, original Yoshi's Island. And it's not doing, like, the 3D crafted thing or nothing like that. I don't know. It looks super charming. But, like, for that to be their big... Mario 40th anniversary game, it's like, yeah, right, you forgot. Yeah, so that okay. Says it right there.
Yep.
But no, what I was actually going to talk about, and I don't know if you clued into this at any point, but that was much less a Nintendo Direct than it was a Koei Tecmo Direct.
Yes.
They were all over that thing. And what's crazy is, like, so they had a bunch of their own games, like, the Dynasty Warriors games, and I can't remember, but there was just a couple others smattered through there. They're working on the new Zelda Warriors game.
Yep.
So, and then they're also making a Pokemon game in that weird-ass Nightmare Fuel Animal Crossing thing.
Oh, yeah, the Stardew Ditto version.
Pokopia or something like... I don't want to see a Ditto turn into a person. That shit's fucking creepy.
Now, the really funny thing is like, the day that was announced... Pal Pocket or Pocket Pal, the ones behind Pal World, released a trailer as well with pretty much the exact same game.
Oh no!
Just with pals.
Oh, that's kind of hilarious.
And here's the thing: this, unless they have some kind of insider to know that this was coming ahead of time, so they started working on it. There's no way they could have got a trailer out that fast. Like made the game to the point where it's trailer ready, and then pump out a trailer in time for the same day delivery as Ditto World or whatever. So it means that they were both working on the same thing. So it is like purely a coincidence unless they have insider information.
That is very, very strange.
Right? Because there's no way they'd be able to like make something trailer worthy within the day and pump it out.
Not unless you're using some, like, really impressive mod skills and it's not actually something you're making.
Maybe.
But, all the same, that is a hilarious coincidence.
That's great.
But, generally, all around, a pretty mediocre Direct, right? It wasn't bad. but
But
it
something
wasn't.
else that was announced, and I'm all for it, is a remake of Dragon Quest VII.
Oh yeah, that
Because
is a thing.
that was my first Dragon Quest on the PlayStation 1. And I never finished it, but I started it up so many times, and it's very much like a before I fully grasped the concept of RPGs, and I have nostalgia for it, even though I never beat it.
You know, it's funny. Like
I
I
know
know
you
a
and me have
decent.
talked about this so many times. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is the one I was checking out. Like when 3 remake came out, and then 1 and 2 got announced, and it's been brought up a few times,
Yes.
and we
And
always go back to that Dragon Quest 7.
I have like some knowledge of Dragon Quest, but the only thing I know about Seven is, as far as I'm aware, it's like the longest one. It's like 100 hours,
I could believe that.
but it may have been surpassed or it may just be overblown. I'm okay, so I almost thought I was getting what I wanted at the end of this direct, but like, I clued in pretty quick it was Fire Emblem, but for a second when I saw like that big pan of a castle, I was like, there's no way I'm getting my SMT4 remake, and no, I'm not. It's fucking Fire
No, no.
Emblem. But
You
I
got the rated
actually
G version.
I did get the rated G version. But okay, so decent enough direct or anything. I got really pissed off about it after the direct had long finished. And do you know why?
Why?
So, in the Japanese direct, because from time to time they'll get games announced that we don't, and vice versa.
Oh.
They got the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection announced.
Star
Which
Force.
Right, Star Force. How did I fuck that up? But all the same, it's really fucking cool. Like, it's 7 games for the DS that are all very expensive and weren't very accessible before. So it's fantastic. But no, we didn't get that in our direct. We got fucking Dinkum.
You know what? Dinkum. I'll give Dinkum the credit because I've heard it's actually pretty solid.
I will never forgive it. I don't even know if it was the game that took its slot. It's just the game with the funny name that wasn't Mega Man, and so it's the victim now.
I'd again, I'd rather blame Fire Emblem.
You think we don't want Mega Man, but we want okay, that's enough.
Yeah,
No, I'm
but
sure Dinkum is probably a fantastic time. It does look neat.
I will rather blame the AAA instead of the indie game.
Oh, for sure.
That is
For
my
sure.
success. So fucking Fire Emblem ruining Mega Man's Star Force.
If I was to pick anything that would actually probably took its slot, I don't know. Like that new Monster Hunter Stories probably took it. Maybe. But
Yeah,
all the same.
Capcom.
So it was average, but see, here's the thing: at the end of it all, Nintendo Directs are always very exciting, even if they are disappointing.
Yes.
Like they're always something to look forward to.
But what do we spam in chat now during them? Now that Silksong's out
Half-Life 3?
for Nintendo though.
Sure.
Right.
Someone's gonna give it to us.
PlayStation has Bloodborne still, so
F-Zero or Star Fox, maybe.
Galaxy 3.
Kid Icarus. I know Kid Icarus is something that people really want, actually.
So what when there's a Nintendo Direct, like there's various different ones. So let's actually talk about some of these other showcases that there are. But first, while we're on Nintendo, they have various different ones. They have dedicated game ones. They have partner showcases. They have Indie World Showcase or Direct. They have the console one, obviously, for Nintendo Switch 2. They've even had one for their what do you call it? Theme parks.
And they've had a direct for a clock.
This is true.
Yeah, no, if it's anything like, big Nintendo, they have one. But I mean, sticking mostly towards like the central games, if it's a direct on like an individual game, unless it's a game that I'm like actively hyped for, they're usually ones I can pass on, but I might watch if I've got nothing else going on.
Like, admittedly, like the 3 last individual games, Kirby's Air Riders, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart World. I'm still on this weird horse that I do not own Mario Kart for Switch, whether it's World or 8. Kirby Air Riders, I think it's neat. Not for me, I don't think.
I'm
So
very intrigued. I would love to play the original though, and that's kind of why I'm like,
I am intrigued. I'll give it that much, but it's not for me.
yeah.
Out of those three though, Donkey Kong Bonanza is the one I care about the most, and I never watched that either.
Now, I did eventually watch it, and here's the thing with these directs, like they can 100% sell you on a game, and
Sure.
they do very much serve their purpose, but they are not nearly worth getting as excited about. Like, as far as I can aware, the last like big individual game direct I got hyped for would have been Smash Bros. Like Smash Bros is an event.
Yeah.
But like, if I just whip down here, like one on Mario Wonder, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Mario game.
And that's just it. I mean, so what do you look for out of one of the Nintendo Directs?
Like of their like umbrella of directs, like the different kinds.
No, like what do you generally like when you are watching one? What are you kind of hoping for? Are you hoping for like a new game? Are you hoping for like a remake? Are you hoping for like something of a series, like an announcement, like a new Star Tropics game?
It would be Star Tropics. It's always like it's the things that catch me off guard are the things
Yeah.
that I enjoy the most, right? Even if they're games that like I personally have no interest in. Like for example, again, the Virtual Boy, like that's gonna stick with me out of the whole direct because that's amazing.
I mean, we've
Um,
made fun of that so many times on this podcast, just being like, "Oh, they're going to release Virtual Boy. They're going to do,"
they did it.
and they did.
Yep. But like, if I think of something like what's a direct that had a game that wasn't exactly for me, but is surprising that came out? Like, oh shit. Okay. So for example, when they announced was it Famicom Detective Club was
Oh
getting
yeah,
games, I have no
and
interest in
translation
playing
in
them.
that case.
Yeah, and these are remakes of like Nintendo games that were never going to come to this side of the world.
Yeah.
And, those are the things where I'm not going to play it, but I think it's so cool that it exists. And that's kind of what I look forward to most in a direct. Obviously, preferably something I would be interested in, but it's the surprises that are the most, whenever I see games that I already know are coming out, that's when a direct starts to lose me. And that's why, sadly, with Prime 4, like the trailer did get me more hyped, but it was like, but I know.
Right.
So,
It's nothing new. It's just more information on it.
yeah, and that's
So
why,
you're generally looking for like something brand new that we don't know about, or a remake
yeah,
of
something
something
very
that's kind
left
of
field.
left field.
Yeah, and that's why, like, when it comes to of their showcases, what do I prefer? Like, obviously the main direct is going to be the highlight, but the indie worlds, I would say, are probably the second most exciting, which is unfortunate because they are often the most disappointing. But
Not wrong.
disappointing in the sense of games for me, I should say. But that's the
Yeah.
wonderful thing, is indie games have such a wide variety that they don't have to be for me, and that's pretty awesome. Like what was it?
No, that's fair.
The last Indie World showcase, there was I think it was like their big showcase at the end too. It's that weird underwater Souls like where you're like this penguin who mutates. And I only know of this because I think it was like one of those like Iron Pineapple like trying random Souls games on Steam video.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's like a one-man developer, a three-man team, and it's just like this is on an Indie World Direct. Like that's wild.
Yeah.
And, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I think an Indie World Direct is where something like Mina the Hollower would have first come out and stuff like that. So,
Except I think they went on a partner showcase. Just like Yacht Club has a lot of credit.
this is very true. So, but
So
I like them more because they're always the more surprising. And then you've got the partner showcases, which I look forward to, but it's not.
a lot of it tends to be ports.
Oh, yeah, a lot of it's stuff that we've probably already seen announced somewhere around, but there are some times where there's like some huge out of left field. Like I know again this isn't your thing, but them announcing the Marvel vs. Capcom collection in a partnership, like that was huge. So they come with their surprises, but they are probably the least. Well, and then you got the mini directs, which are pretty much what are now the partner showcases.
Yeah, more or less.
So
I think for me, it's always like it's definitely going to be the thing that catches you off guard. Like, and I don't know what to bring up. Like that Dragon Quest VII remake, that was kind of out of left field. Like I know they're doing Dragon Quest remakes and everything, but that was just they did 3, they did 1 and 2, and now they're going to 7.
So I've already talked about it before, but for yourself, what do you think is the biggest Nintendo Direct announcement to your memory?
To my memory? Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be difficult because I haven't always been into the Directs as long as you have.
Yeah.
Big one that I remember seeing was the Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah.
Like when they announced that was just
that was a really good announcement.
It pissed you off because it was Splatoon, then it wasn't.
Yeah, and then
you just see that logo and it's like, oh!
The months of trolling with what new characters would be added.
Yes. That's one that seems to stick out in my mind quite a bit. And the one where I forget if it was a Direct or if it was like a Smash Bros. Update or whatnot, when they showed off Sephiroth.
Oh, the Sephiroth one was so good. So, funny enough, and this would have been, I don't think it was before they were doing Directs, but I wasn't really watching Directs yet, but I was still like fairly keeping up with Nintendo news. And when they announced Cloud was coming to Smash Bros. For like 3DS and Wii U, I lost it. Like, Final Fantasy VII in Nintendo. Also, it's fucking Cloud, and he's so fucking cool. And like, he's in Smash Bros, which is like the coolest game you could put him in. And I'm telling my friends, and they don't know who Cloud is. And
he's some new friends.
It was like, damn, like, I really wish you did, though, because you don't realize how big of a deal this is. I mean, for me, it's safe to say it's the Trials of Mana announcement. That'll always go down as my favorite thing.
Right.
But and
actually, like, one big one. Speaking of Cloud, that just got me thinking like Square Enix and Nintendo working together. One big, again, it was a remake, so not new game or anything, but the announcement of Super Mario RPG remake.
Ooh,
like that's not one that you ever thought was coming back.
No, that is very true. That was a very big one.
That was very out of left field type of one.
Yep.
It's not something they expected, but it is a remake.
It's exactly what they expect to get their money on. It's like, oh my god, that thing I love is coming back, and it works.
And you know what? I'm totally down for it.
Yep,
to an extent.
Give me my games so I can play them. Oh yeah, we have enough of you right now. We have
at least on PS5. Let's release it again on PS5. Okay, PS4 to PS5.
Make it Pro compatible.
Yeah,
and VR.
That kind of remake. No, I'm looking for like if they came out with a Legend of Dragoon remake or Parasite Eve remake, I'd be all over that shit.
But I mean, this is a fine way to shift into State of Plays. Not Direct.
The State of Play. So like obviously, like a lot of companies started doing the Nintendo thing with their Directs. They're all essentially what Nintendo looks at as the Direct. And that's just where it's an online showcase that they just pump out what they have coming up.
Yep.
And it's kind of funny because we just had a Nintendo Direct, and then like a couple days later, like maybe a week later, we had a State of Play. And I've never been that excited for a State of Play. However, I do like their presentation style a bit better.
See, I find it very sterile, but not as cringy.
And I think that's what it is. Like Nintendo Direct, I mean, it's Nintendo, and it's hilarious because I don't even play like a lot of Nintendo-made games anymore. Like I just find them a little too bland for my taste. But I love my Nintendo Switch. I should be like, realistically, I should be a hardcore PlayStation guy.
But you got to think it's the problem with the Nintendo Directs versus the State of Plays. Like the State of Plays are very like PowerPoint presentation. Here's the game. Here's the footage. Might talk about it a little bit. Moving on.
They kind of get to the point, and they do it kind of. They do it for like they have an understanding, like an unwritten rule, knowing that you are a part of the mature audience. But like they aren't afraid to swear or anything.
Over in Nintendo Direct, you will just have and enjoy the beautiful colors while you are mowing down tons of Russian mobs in Hotline Miami 2. Like, it's just very weird. So, yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
There's definitely just a lot more of a, I don't want to say professionalism, because obviously Nintendo Directs are very calculated, but like I said, they're very sterile and they're very to the
Yeah.
point, to their benefit. My only problem with State of Play is, and this really does go to show, like, I am more on the Nintendo side of things, is everything that comes out for PlayStation just feels so very PlayStation, and a lot of people will say that in a positive light, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I see it and it's just like God of War, but not. And I know there's a much more diverse side to PlayStation. I seem closed off. It's just they all have that very. It's like action movie trailers.
Yep.
So it's not often that, like, I always watch the state of plays, but it's not often I get that wow.
Right. No, that's it, it's very rare. Like, I can't think of a state of play that they announced something that I got really excited for.
No, but I can usually walk away from every state of play going, there was some stuff I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's like Wolverine looks neat. That was in the
Well,
last state of play. Everything else, I don't remember what was even in there. Soros they talked about, which is House Marquis' new game. We already knew about it.
that's the thing, right? Like, that was probably one of the coolest things they announced, and it's like, essentially a sequel to Returnal, all but in name, which I loved Returnal. Great time. We'll probably get this. But again, yeah, I know Wolverine was really cool because that game's been in limbo since like, I don't know, like 2018 or something.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, even though it was at the threat of cancellation sometimes, like, we knew about it. But it looks violent as fuck.
Yes, and they definitely talked about why they wanted to keep everything they could.
I'm impressed and pleased
We
with
we
it,
got an announcement of Deus Ex Remastered, and it
which
looks terrible.
blew my mind because
Absolutely.
I was talking about the original Deus Ex like only a couple days ago because I have a history with Deus Ex, and it was, so what, it came out in like 2000, 2001, something like that. Um, so we got it for PC, and it was too powerful for my PC to run, and that is how much I played Deus Ex.
Deus Ex was on
So
PC?
yeah,
Oh yeah, I guess so, yeah. Okay.
even more hilariously, I want to say I might be wrong, but I think we got it from like one of the Scholastic like book fair catalogs. If you know, you know.
Oh
Um,
dear.
yeah, so I can't entirely remember, but at the same time, yeah, bought it, and like, new PC game, kid money, doesn't work.
No.
So that was unfortunate. So I looked at that box for a long time, never knowing what could be. And
I
yet,
did that with Half-Life 2.
oh, that sucks, because Half-Life 2 is so fucking good. At least you've
Yes.
played it now.
Oh god, yeah.
But you know what's funny? Out of the last day to play, the thing that stood out to me, which also just made me mad, the most exciting thing, for myself at least, is that Soul Calibur 3 is going to be on PlayStation Plus Classics. I'm still not going to pay $200 a year to play it.
Oh god, no. Like that price that they have is just astronomical, and they keep
I'm
increasing it.
sorry, Nintendo has spoiled me and also given me a library I would rather play. So,
Yes. Uh Now Sony does this weird thing. And I mean, I know Nintendo's done it too, but Sony tends to do it a lot more often. Where in their presentation of these games that are coming in, whether it's new or old or remasters, remakes, then they just say, "Hey, look at our hardware.
you would buy some
Here's a new
speakers, kid?
controller. Here's some speakers.
Yeah.
You can use them anywhere." And it's
Oh,
like, okay.
so as far as I'm aware, the God of War controller that they just showed off pissed a lot of people off because I think it's like the God of War's like 20th or 25th anniversary or something.
Yeah.
Um, here's a controller with Kratos' face. Now moving on to something else.
Yeah.
So
One thing that I did find in that last state of play that I don't know if I can or not enjoy, because I don't remember the whole. I have to look into the whole ZA company debacle that's been going on, but is Zero Parades. It's the next game coming from the some of the guys who did Disco Elysium. Same company, anyways.
Yes. And it looks very much like this is more Disco Elysium.
But then also at the same time, very not.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like you start with a hangover where you can get a heart attack trying to reach for your tie.
Yeah, no, I don't. I find it's very rare that after a state of play, I'm like, I need that game. Now,
Yes.
the only times I think it would be Final Fantasy, or specifically 7 Remake.
Yes.
But I don't even know if I've actually really caught any of those. I'm sure I watched them eventually, but like,
I want to say that, like, last one that I remember, and I don't know if it was PlayStation or not. I want to say Square Enix just did it, but it was like an announcement with Remake, Crisis Core, and there was something else. Ever Soldier?
Ever Crisis.
Ever Crisis?
Yes, that bombed hard. Oh no, Ever
Yep.
Crisis is the one that's like the mini remake mobile gacha game of Final Fantasy VII. It actually looks pretty cool, but I've never tried it. No, I
Yeah.
was thinking of the Battle Royale, First Soldier. Oof.
First Soldier. Yeah, that bombed.
Oof.
But I forget if that was like just Square Enix on their own.
So I want to say those have been Game Awards, which, I guess is also, and I know we've talked about the Game Awards before.
So that one wasn't.
No?
No.
Huh.
And I remember that because when I watched it, I was outside on my porch. Don't ask me why I remember that, but I don't even remember what I had for dinner last night. Anyways.
Weird.
But yeah, I know because they said in it that there's going to be more information come winter.
Right.
So.
And build up to Final Fantasy VII Remake. That felt long.
Yes. I mean, there's still part 3 at some point.
You're gonna have to elaborate on the Xbox showcases, because I'm sure I've watched them, but I cannot recall how they work. I feel like they're very similar to the state of plays, though.
Yeah, in a
green.
sense. God, I don't even remember the last. I've seen them.
One. I haven't watched it.
Did they just do one?
Yeah, because currently there is Tokyo Game Show, which is why we got the state of play.
Right.
And,
Yeah, no, I don't. Okay, so the Xbox showcases are pretty much a power drive of things going to be releasing 2 years from now.
Yep. Guys, we spent some more money. Hope you like it.
And they like teasing things. So, like the last Xbox showcase that I saw, they announced their new Xbox Asus.
Oh, the handheld.
And it had Silksong just rippled all over the place. And this is before we had a release date or anything, right? So it's like, there's notice they're just gonna skip by that.
Yeah,
they're just gonna skip by the mention of Silksong when we're all starved for 6 years of information.
Xbox is one of those like focus group situations where they ask a lot of people who aren't actually viewers what viewers would like.
No, I would argue it's okay. So the last Xbox showcase, sorry, not the last one, the one before that, when I actually watched it, not just had it on in the background. I just remember they announced thing after thing, and it's like, oh, that's really cool, that's really cool, that's really cool, that's really cool, and it's like the most interested. Or the most amount of things I've been interested in one showcase. And then you just don't hear about a lot of the stuff for a good while. Like they're doing a new Gears of War game, and I have mild interest in it, but then they also announced that they were doing a remake for Gears of War 1, which is on PlayStation. That's bizarre.
I want to get it for that reason alone.
But then they also did the new Doom.
Yeah.
The Dark Ages. They did like a full proper announcement of that. And it's just they have this tendency of like going really hard and then just nothing gets delivered for a long time. But it's done very much in the same way as State of Play, just a little less in between for the most part.
Well, and I think the difference between like the Microsoft showcase, the Xbox showcase, and the State of Play is like State of Play brings in third parties to talk about their game, as where the Xbox showcase is just Microsoft talking about it, or like companies that Microsoft owns talking about their
Yes.
stuff. It's never really any third party stuff going on.
And you don't get a whole lot of that, to be honest.
No.
Not with Microsoft. You do with Nintendo a little bit, and you do with State of Play for sure.
Yeah.
And it's one of my least liked areas, and I hate saying that because oftentimes it's like an indie developer or something, and they're really passionate about their stuff, and it's like I don't care. And from someone who loves indie games, that feels really really heartless to say. But I don't want you to talk about your game. I want you to show me your game.
It's one of those things where it's not that I don't think because there should definitely be passion.
Yes.
But the dilemma
definitely
comes in. I want to be sold on the product before I am getting the story behind the product. That kind of it's not usually the other way around. I get intrigued and then I want to know more. Don't tell me more, and then and then it's something completely different.
Yeah. Like a good example of it being done like pretty decent is the Animal Well documentary. Right? Like it came out, people were enjoying it, and then they also coincided with a Animal Well documentary, which you could go watch other sides. One YouTuber that's actually really good at doing like behind the scenes stories and with interviews and everything is that guy Glenn. And it's like he does a series of how it's made. So
I think you find out, you fall in love with the product, and then because I don't think I would have fallen in love with Mega Man if I was told all the like failed attempts to make Mega Man.
Right? I'm happy for them. I truly am, but I don't want to hear the backstory until it's something that I want to dive into. Like Hades. Hades is a great example. If I heard stuff about Hades beforehand, like what they're doing and whatnot, I might have a mild interest in it because I've liked some of their other games, like Transistor, Bastion, and I never did Pyre. But I know who they were, and I know they had a really like interesting art style and spin and narrator. So, but if you're telling me about like all the reasons that you're passionate about this idea and whatnot, that doesn't inspire me to go play the title. I need to see it and see what it's about, not just hear about the passion.
Well,
but then
you know what?
I can go back afterwards
for 8 minutes.
No,
that's what it is. You know, when you get like the 1.5, 2 minute kind of like, you know, this is who we are, this is what we're kind of making, and this is what we hope to achieve. Bam, that's good.
Absolutely. And you know what? The indie games aren't the only ones that do it. We see it a lot in the AAA. I'm tired of seeing Randy Pitchford's face. But like they did it with Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Right? They've done it with The Outer Worlds 2, I think. Maybe. But like just I don't care. Let me see the product, let me see what I'm actually putting money into. And then I will hear your story. Yes, show me gameplay.
Nothing worse. Xbox is bad for the cinematic trailer. And
yes.
I hope you're looking forward to Scalebound. It's never coming out.
Scalebound.
Yeah, I think it's like that's the name of like a canceled Xbox legend of a game.
Oh.
That's their Bloodborne, basically.
Right.
So completely swerving from the AAA, indie developer directs. Oh, how I love them. Oh, namely, you know, like there are several I could think of, but I'm going to stick solely with like the Devolver directs. Oh my god. Let's just take a piss out of the whole concept of it and also show you amazing games. Like they're less directs. Well, they are directs, but they're more like comedic horrors.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but damn, Devolver makes good games, and they do a good job of telling me they make good games.
Well, Devolver doesn't even make games. It's just
not anymore.
They publish games, right? So
yeah.
Now those are always for their, was it E3?
E3, they would do those, yes. And then
Yes.
when E3 was canceled, I think because of like COVID or something, they put it out on their own. I don't think they've done one since.
No. Where they just, yeah, they absolutely, honestly, they're just fun to watch. If you haven't
Yep.
seen it, look up a Devolver Direct. And they always
Yep.
have some kind of continuing story between them.
Yep. And then you'll get some more obscure ones, like, some of their smaller companies. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but like, let's say like an Atlas. It wouldn't be Atlas anymore. They're huge now. But
Konami.
just, yeah, okay. So Konami and even like Capcom, they have their own kind of stuff. And
Yep.
these are nice. I like seeing a bunch of stuff that a company is working on.
Yes. No, and I think that's fair. Like with the Capcom Presents. Now, granted, there's no real magic in the Capcom ones. Because they
No,
kind of put out, here's a list of things we're going to talk about. Very rare do they announce something that they didn't mention.
for the most part, yeah. It's mostly it almost feels like, like they're doing investor pitches and saying, hey, this is where we're coming along with stuff. I hope you look forward to it.
Yes. Um, the the Silent Hill transmissions. I think there's only been like a handful, but if that. Um, they usually tease like the first one that they did, which was announcing Silent Hill 2 remake, the movie, Silent Hill Ascension, Towerfall, short message. Like they had a bunch of Silent Hill shit coming out that they were announcing. They teased it and then said in that town, oh god, I played this game so many times and I can't even think of. I see that town, and that's like
Silent
the
Hill.
opening line for Silent Hill 2. So
Hmm.
like that's a big giveaway. This is going to be something with Silent Hill 2 in it. What the hell?
Yeah.
And it was like the first time that we heard from Konami in a long ass time about anything new.
Yeah, they're pretty quiet about stuff. Although I do think they did. No, those are probably actually in like Nintendo Directs when they announced like Castlevania collections and stuff like that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But they did another Silent Hill transmission where they finished it off with the music of Silent Hill 1 and confirmed that Blooper Team is doing Silent Hill 1 remake.
That
Which
is
I
exciting.
am so stoked for. But we haven't
Yeah.
heard anything from since. So that in that kind of case where I am starved of information, I would be more than okay to see that come up in a direct.
Yeah.
So I think the difference between like the Metroid showing up, we already knew about it, and we've seen it the last couple ones. So if it's always going to be there, we know, okay, whatever. But if we're starved for information, like a Silksong, a Hades 2, Silent Hill 1 remake.
Or like when Final Fantasy VII Remake first appeared after like we found out, oh yeah, they scrapped the whole thing.
Yes.
The
Or
Pikmin
even
4.
when it was rebirth time.
Yeah.
We heard nothing, we heard nothing, we heard nothing, then we saw a banger of a trailer. Like things like that, we know it's coming, just we're at that point where we're starved for the information.
Silksong didn't even give us this chance. They were just like, here it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this really has just been the optional boss episode featuring Silksong mentions.
I mean, it's big in the gaming world. Maybe
It
we'll get
doesn't
some of that
feel
sweet SEO.
it doesn't feel wrong to say anymore. It doesn't feel like a non-existent entity.
No, and I think just based on our general excitement for it to finally show up, and now that it has, it's awesome.
Yeah. But
We cannot be blamed for that.
what do you think? Do you got any more on the note of presentations?
I really like it when they announce something I want.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I guess we can end this off with what give me two things that you want announced, even if they never will.
Two things announced that okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So I would say my first one, and I already brought this up earlier, is a remake of Shin Megami Tensei 4. I just think
Yep.
that game, I would love for it to get another chance and easily. I can play it on my 3DS, but I want to play it new and elaborated on. I think that would be fantastic.
So I think, and this is I understand out there, but it's not as out there as my second choice. Um I want a Parasite Eve 1 or 2 or both remake.
I think
Not a remaster, but a remake.
that would be well deserved. I think those would be nice to come out. And as for my second request, which I keep hoping and it keeps not happening, is just give me a new Mega Man game. God damn it, Mega Man 11 was so fucking long ago, and boy, I appreciate the collections, but like they only fill us up so much.
Yes.
Or give me my Weirdos collection. Give me my Mega Man and Bass and my Tron Bond and Legends and fucking throw in Rockboard and Zetsu if you want. Like, I don't care. Just the stragglers.
With the possibility of updated controls.
That would be nice. That would be quite nice.
Just because I don't want to be playing Legends with R1 and L1 being my strafes.
Make it hard mode. I'm okay with that.
For my second, and I know this is never going to be... I just realized I have 2 copies of it. For Nintendo to bring back Star Tropics somehow.
There it is. There, yeah. I had a strong feeling that was going to be it.
You know what? I'm always going to say this. I always like having that one thing that will never happen.
Yep.
As something I hope that happens.
And then I think one that we can just both mutually agree on that might happen, you never know, is give us Chrono Trigger again. Somehow.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd be okay with an HD 2D remake.
Do an HD 2D, you know, if you want to put out a collection with like it and Chrono Cross. I mean, we already have a Chrono Cross, but we can have it better.
Yeah.
Just give a Chrono Trigger again. It's not too much to ask.
And you know what? I'm going to toss this one out there because I don't think it's ever been re-released. Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah, that's another one that people would love to see. But yeah, presentations. You gotta love them. They're fun to look forward to, and I think that's the most exciting thing is before they come out rather than when they do. Like, It's nice to get those things that you want, but it's also just nice to, like, you know, get hyped. And like we just did now, like, you know, it'd be cool to see this, or I hope I hear this. Like,
and you know what? It's like I mentioned Star Tropics. I'm talking about new Star Tropics, and you know what? I guarantee you that if they ever did, I'd be shitting all over it.
It would be hilarious if they came out with new Star Tropics and called it New Star Tropics.
Star Tropics
secret to success. Yeah, just new. We're gonna do the new Yoshi's Island, new Mario approach. It's new, and then 20 years from now, we probably won't get another.
No, they're gonna be realizing that this was a bad idea. Why did we do this? And then never touch it again for another 40 years.
Oh my god, they gave him a hat.
One thing I will add is for the Nintendo Directs, anyways, is I always look forward to the Retro Console editions.
Yes.
Because there's usually something, whether it's a new console or actual like games and whatnot. Now, I mean, yes, they talked about the Virtual Console, but I mean, like, generally there's like a couple games, hey, here's stuff coming out. Did they even announce a GameCube game?
No, they didn't announce. They did the 2 GBA games like a couple days after, which is kind of cool. I mean, Klonoa and Mr. Driller, like, those are solid games. I plan to check them out.
Yeah.
Not right now, though. I'm gonna play more Silksong.
But it's not one of those like, holy shit, they did it.
Klonoa kinda is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're both Konami franchises, or at the very least, Klonoa is, and they don't give a fuck about those.
No.
So.
That's true.
But yeah, I want to see more GameCube trickle out. That would be appreciated. Give me custom Robo. They gave us Chibi Robo.
They did.
We're halfway there. So,
just it's neat seeing new things.
Just give me all the stuff.
Yeah, just release everything at once and let me have anxiety about what I'm going to play next.
Oh no.
That would be horrible.
It already is.
It's just like in a cartoon, I just imagine someone putting something on a shelf, and I am finished. Everything at once.
Hands fall off, but there was time now. Twilight Zone music starts playing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, we're back, folks. For how long? Who knows? Hopefully we don't have to go to another hiatus. But
no, ideally not. Life gets busy. We apologize.
Yeah.
But with that said, until next time, thank you for listening. You can always find us on X or Blue Sky or Instagram. I don't even know why I pump these social networks out. We never post on anything. But yeah, you can find us Optional Boss PC. And tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies. And we will see you next time.
Bye.